Hello and a very pleasant day everyone. Well, today we are going to discuss about the fast leveling via Chromie Time, or known as Time Walking campaign, which is the new brand of leveling system from level 10 to 50 coming into the pre-patch. People are great and massively test for this system, and later on during this video I'm gonna spell out a few recommendations on the expansion that which is interesting to play, and as well the fastest expansion to level for those who are, for the people who doesn't care about the beauty part of the previous expansion and whatsoever. As usual guys, to ask for your favor, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more future contents, and remember to ring the bell. Let's get it started. As you all know, in Shadowlands, level squish will build from level 120 to level 50, and from level 50 to 60 is the new Shadowlands end game level that needs to be pursued on when released later. During the pre-patch drops, leveling from 1 to 50 is going to be playable. People who are new to this game can opt to choose Exile Reach leveling starting zone from level 1 to 10, and then battle for Azeroth expansion content, and later dive into Shadowlands content to hit level 60. But for those like people who had level 50 character from BFA will get more options. Example, if you are a Demon Hunter or Death Knight, you are going to start your leveling at level 10, and this as well will skip the starting zone. Everyone else, as long as it is not their first character on max level, will get a choice to start. For level 1 to 10 is called Exile Reach, and this zone is a brand new starting area coming to WoW pre-patch. It is a mandatory for new players and also a strong option to everyone. If you are a Pandaren or Worgen, it is better to consider choosing Exile Reach leveling mode, since their starting areas takes longer to finish. I would say roughly around or average 30 minutes to 45 minutes at a normal pace to reach the max level of Exile Reach. Well, it will take longer to level if you are going to explore and take your time chilling, and of course if you are new, you are just kind of practicing your hands to feel the starting experience of the game. This new experience will introduce the abilities and class tutorials kind of thing, just to learn more about your class. If you are starting to learn for a new character and needs to know more about the abilities, Exile Reach is the wonderful place to learn, because it is really go through your first buttons. If getting bored for the questing and sort of things, the short introductory dungeon experience is also a good place to start. You can do in party of 1 to 5 players, or can do it alone if you are getting started. But if you are leveling with friends, you guys can do it together to feel for what dungeon running looks like on those new characters. Once you have done to level 10, you will be teleported out from Exile Reach, and it will bring you to Stormwind for Alliance and Orgrimmar for Horde whenever you are done. For those who start the journey in Exile Reach as Pandaren, opt to choose a faction before entering the starting point. If for those who are not fond to level via Exile Reach, no worries, option to select normal starting zone or Exile Reach, and once you have picked will lead you to the normal leveling thing, but it is not as faster like in Exile Reach, but it will still get you to level 10 in under less than approximately an hour. After you have made your journey to level 10, basically you can pick an expansion to level with to 50 by default. For new players, you need to head to BFA zones and leveling through that expansion until max 50. Like I have informed earlier, if this is not your first character, you will get your choice of expansion to level via Chromie in Stormwind or Orgrimmar located near to the embassy. Chromie will give you the option of Chromie time, whereby to choose an expansion from Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, Mist of Pandaria, Warlord of Draenor, or Legion. For example, Cataclysm includes both the Eastern Kingdom and Kalimdor standard zones back in vanilla. When you have decided on which expansion to choose, then activate the Chromie time. Every expansion will scale to your level regardless of which expansion that you choose. You can travel in between the expansion for questing. Another example, if you choose to level in Warlord of Draenor, you are going to start in Shadowmoon for Alliance or Frostfire for Horde at level 10. You can start Gorgon at level 15, Talador at level 20, Spires of Arak at level 30, and then Gran at level 35. For Legion expansion can start at 4 main starter zones which are available from level 10. Then you will go to Suramar, the Broken Shore, and Argus starting at level 45. Well, not a lot time to spend in those, but they were the endgame zones anyway. Next is, if you choose Cataclysm, you get to do the expansion zones such as Mount Hyjal starting at level 30, which can unlock flying. It is important to note that you most likely will not be finishing the entire questline in expansion, while leveling to 50 might be left a lot of quests at the end when hit max level of 50. The beauty part is that you don't have to live and move in between expansion except if you want to explore something. Otherwise, feasibly stay in one expansion and get all the way to level 50 without running out of the content to do. There are might likely people who want to try dungeons, then you guys can queue for dungeons from the timeline that you have chosen at Chromie. Let's say, for example, if you want to queue for Burning Crusade dungeons, then you need to choose Burning Crusade Chromie time. If you want to join a different expansions dungeon, you need to can either go back to Chromie and change it, or you could join a party with someone who had selected your desired dungeon timeline. Actually, you don't need to play around to match with Chromie expansion with your friends. If you guys want to do the dungeons together, as long as somebody in the party has the correct Chromie time selected, you will be able to queue together. More dungeons unlock once you have level up. Let us talk about mount training. So here is the chart. You will basically able to train slow ground mounts at level 10, fast ground mounts at level 20, slow flying mounts at level 30, and fast flying mounts at level 40. As I have explained in my other video, there will be no more 280% flying speed, as you are gonna start straight from 150% to 310% speed. For those having a mount speed of 20, for those who having mount speed of 280% before pre-patch will be upgraded to 310 automatically, And guess what, people? You are going to have one very expensive flight training instead of two currently in BFA. Pretty awesome, right? Alright guys, 4 heirlooms are still around and you can still use them for leveling purposes, but there is no more experience bonus on them, but they do have set bonuses that will give a very good rested experiences as well a strong temporary buff when you're leveling depending how many pieces that you are wearing. Main stat buff is pretty nice, especially during Exile Reach. When we talk about the heirloom upgrades are still in the game as have the same gold price as ever, and they are still having tiers. It is just that the level has been squished down, so a basic non-upgraded heirloom will scale from level 1 to 29 with an upgrade item scaling level to level 35, 40, 45 and 50. This is the interesting part. The heirloom chopper mount is still around and still useful during the leveling. You can get that chopper after achieving the heirloom achievement for learning 35 heirlooms, and you get to use the mount right from the start at level 1, including the new Exile Reach starting zone. For some people it is not a big deal because of you are able to train the basic ground mounts at level 10, which you are going to get it under an hour. Another cool feature in this leveling thing as well is the Relic of the Past. These are the brand new system for crafting professions that can be crafted at different levels and with any expansions materials. You can use the relic to craft a piece of armor to scale it to your level and item level. Let us narrow down to another example. Let's say you are a priest and together you have learned tailoring a profession, and next is you can craft the Relic of the Past and use it when crafting an armor piece, which create a piece of armor that is wearable at your level. But if you have heirlooms, it's unlikely that you will need to use these things. But let's say if you don't have a heirloom for a certain slot for whatever reason, then this crafted item Relic of the Past is a good option to replace the gear according to your level. Lastly guys, this is the part whereby to give the recommendation on which expansion is considered to be fast leveling. Well guys, before testing everything out, it is of course the Warlord of Draenor expansion, which award you double experience points via questing and as well the bonus objectives from zones. But recently Blizzard has nerfed the experience earned, and perhaps I am guessing that Legion expansion shall be the next suitable place to fast leveling. Haven't tested it, but I strongly see that one incoming. As usual folks, to end my story, it is just my personal overview which may be right or wrong. If you have any ideas, concern, opinion, anything to add up, feel free to drop under the comments box down below to discuss. Appreciate for your full support. Thank you everyone for watching, and see you again in the next video. Take care, stay safe, and have a pleasant day.